The action continues on day one of the European Darts Match Play, and on stage right now we have the demolition man from Norwich, D.Webster, sporting the yellow and green of his beloved Norwich City, taking on one of the three European Tour debutants with us this weekend, the Welsh Womble, Jonathan Worsley. Also with us in Hamburg this weekend, Rod Harrington, the former world #1, in the commentary box and on duty, and hopefully he will be with us very shortly indeed. But a big occasion this for Jonathan Worsley, on stage right now, on the oche right now, beating Kurt Parry, Jason Lovett and Kevin Thomas in qualifying to secure his maiden European Tour appearance. He won his tour card for the first time earlier this year as he fought through day 2 of the PDC Q School, beating the likes of David Wilson, Jack Hill, James Welding, Tony Newell and Robert Marjanovic to join the elite 128 tour card holders of 2016. It entitles him to compete in all of the Players' Championship events throughout the year and, of course, have a crack at qualifying for events like this as well. Big occasion for him, and he might
ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Darren to throw first. Game on!
Against D.Webster, a man who was very incisive in his qualifying process.
60.
Won one of his matches, the decisive match, 6-0 as well against Ryan Maple. And as promised, here is the Prince of Style, the former world #1, Rod Harrington, with us in Hamburg. Are you out of breath, Rod?
Who put this 2 flights up in the top, in the gods up here? Yeah, sorry about that, Rob. I was looking down by the stage for the comms box, and so I had to do a quick exit up here.
Who put 2 flights of stairs here? Oh. Honestly. Here we are. We're in an elevated position right over the stage here. We've got a terrific view, and we're watching Jonathan Worsley make his European Tour debut. And he's not had a lightning start in this particular leg.
55.
Well, D.Webster's one of these players, Rob, that, you know, he's got such a great game in him, but every now and again he just doesn't turn up. He's been doing a lot of practicing. He had serious back trouble a couple of years ago, and he's got all that sorted out. Come off the building, so any building worker knows about backache and neck ache and shoulder ache.
Yeah, he's well qualified to talk about it. And at this early juncture as well, congratulations to D.Webster. Became a grandfather for the first time this week as well. He has a little granddaughter to look after now, Ellie May, so congratulations to Darren and indeed his family.
Yeah, complete congratulations. It was a different life with a grandchild. Absolutely unbelievable. I've got 2. Millie and Harry. Spoil them like crazy.
But they're worth every penny, eh?
Absolutely. And even every penny I haven't got.
85.
Well, Jonathan Worsley is guaranteed a few pennies this weekend for qualifying for his first European Tour event. £1,000 guaranteed for the first round losers. But D.Webster looking here at double 14 for the first leg.
Game Sean, the first leg. D.Webster.
Well, that will settle Webster down. There's nothing better. If you don't score very well in the first leg, if you take the double out cleanly, and that was a good check out of 88. I mean, the first dart at the 14th was right on the line. It was a good guide. So it weren't hard to find the 14th. But so Darren, you know, it kind of relaxes you a bit. The arm is not so tense, so you should see him start down on the treble 20 a bit more.
The PDC's media manager Dave Allen sat right alongside us this weekend for the duration here in Hamburg. He described Worsley's walk-on as the best of the weekend, even though we've only had 4. But remember, you're a Womble. We're not quite sure why Worsley is called the Womble. He's not from Wimbledon, he's from Chepstow, but there is a PDC connection with the Wombles.
There certainly is.
Isn't there, Rod?
Yes, there is. One of our board of directors, Marcus Robinson's mother, invented the Wombles when she worked for BBC.
Yeah, Elizabeth Beresford is her name.
Lovely old lady. Met her once in Jersey, and yeah, all the family, the Wombles were named after the family.
Yeah.
100.
Marcus was the inspiration for Orinoco.
Orinoco, yeah.
Always more of a Madame Chalet man as well.
He looks like a Womble and all Marcus does. Not Jonathan Worsley, I meant our director.
Darren, you require 161.
Well,
So down here with a chance for a break.
Yeah, he just needs to set it up, really. Maybe go for 25.
100.
No, that's a great last start. A lot of players will go for the 25 to leave the two dart combination for the 96. But what he's done now, he should have guaranteed himself 2 darts and a double. There's a couple of ways of going on the 61. There is the 25 route that gives you that 2 darts and double 18, or the treble 15. But the one thing when you're playing well, the amount of times you go for the 25 and hit the bullseye. No, he's hit the 25, so that's the double 18.
Game shot, the second leg.
Yeah, nicely done for D.Webster. He's settled very quickly into this one.
First. Game on.
And we mentioned earlier that this would be always likely to be a learning curve for Jonathan Worsley. We mentioned him coming through Q School. He has been on the circuit for 3 years as an associate member of the PDPA. Won a place in the UK Open a couple of years ago. He qualified again this year but was knocked out early on.
It's a learning curve, Rob, isn't it? You know, I call it an apprenticeship. My son is on an apprenticeship. He's on the 5-year apprenticeship. And that's what they've got to do, because sometimes when the newcomers come in, they kind of set the sights too high. And in this company, you cannot set your sights too high in the early part of your career, because you're going to get mullered at times. So if you don't set your sights too high, if you do get beaten or have a little bit of a dull patch, it isn't going to hurt you as much. And we've got so many of these youngsters coming through. I've got to mention Josh Payne winning a tour event. That was so pleasing for me, because I've seen Josh come through from when his first darts and like Dave Allen has.
And we'll see him this weekend as well.
Yeah, he's downstairs, just had a chat with him. That sort of thing really pleases me. It does give you a lot of pleasure, because you have a say in giving these youngsters a chance, and when one of them like that comes through, and also Raul John Rodriguez, Dimitri, and Max Hopp, we've got so many great young players coming through now. And
we've seen one win already today. Mike DeDecker beating Darren Johnson in the opening match.
Darren, you require
6 legs to 3. Webster here with a chance to go 3 up here. Well, he won't do it this time.
56.
Well, he threw that last dart very quickly, and he needed to find a treble, because he may only come back for 1 dart at a double, or if Worsley hits, that's unlucky. Yeah, you can see when he let go of that, he thought that was in.
97.
Well, Webber's just taken the 88 clean, he need a 61. Can he do a 68? He's going to get 2 darts at double 4, and he's always hit it with the last dart in his hand.
64.
This time, it's the miss.
Jonathan, you require 64.
So a let off for Worsley. Chance here for his first leg on the board. That's nicely found with the treble 16, double 81s. One more go at it.
Game shot.
He'll be feeling much better about things now.
Full play, John, the throw first. Game on.
He's got the break.
Got the break back, yes.
And he's back in contention, but needs to find another one. But will be feeling much better about things now. One thing that Worsley has done that he's been speaking about is listening to advice from whoever's willing to give it as well. He's mentioned the likes of Phil Taylor and A.D. Lewis, and also the other Welsh players, the likes of Gowen Price and Barry Bates, for example.
125.
Well, that's good, because there's so many of them
that don't.
Yes, and we do it all the time. If anybody comes up and asks for advice, we try to give them the best advice we can. A lot of us ignore you, and you go, well, it's no skin off our nose, because if you don't do it, someone else is going to take your place.
Yeah.
Well, a keen fisherman is Darren Webster, and a very good fisherman as well. So now the suns are shining. He'll be out in the evenings beside the lake, as will I.
As will you. Worsley's just
26.
Lost his way there with the bed and breakfast. So a chance here for Webster to extend his cushion here, or extend his advantage, and
60.
Maybe already thinking about a chance to break back once again, but just the 60 from Darren Webster, who, like I say, is making his first European Tour appearance since last year's European Matchplay, which was held in Innsbruck in September. He beat Mensur Sulovic in the first round on that one. That's looking like a good result now. But then came unstuck against Kim Huybrechts in the second round. He also qualified for Munich and Venray and Riesa last year
60.
as well. Only had the one other win. That was in Munich in the German Masters, beating Jeffrey de Zwaan. but more recently made the last 16 of the UK Open. That was a good performance
They're
by
only
Webster.
require 156.
Well, again, he's in that area where he's got to find a treble,
100.
which he has done. You know, another great last start. In the first leg, he wanted 161, hit the treble 20 with his last start to leave 61. A little bit easier, the 56, but he missed 2 darts in the previous leg, going 3-0 up.
They only require 56.
John has not really punished him. Oh, wow.
That's from the 7.
What do we say? Don't miss big numbers.
Game shot in the
Well, he got
fourth
away with
leg.
it. He
Webster,
covered
fifth leg
his
down
tracks
in
well.
front first. Game on.
Despite missing the big number. And he has broken back and he re-establishes that 2-leg lead.
140.
Wearing the yellow and green of Norwich City as well, despite their recent relegation from the Premier League. Talking of Premier League, you were in Rotterdam last night as well.
Oh, unbelievable, Rob. Anybody who was there last night
59.
witnessed something very special. I couldn't believe it when I stood on that stage and looked across, and there was 10,000 people all dressed in orange.
Yeah, it was a very, very special occasion. Van Gerwen, of course, delivering for the home crowd too, beating Phil Taylor and winning the League Leaders.
125.
What's it called? The League Leaders Shield or the League Leaders?
25 grand.
25 grand, yeah.
Yeah, Phil lost that when he lost to Peter Wright, 2-3 weeks ago. He was going in there with his back up against the wall, and Michael, the way he's playing, he wasn't going to let Phil off.
43. Darren require 121.
Well, again, Webster's in a good position to close this leg out.
57.
Didn't have to go for that 51. And that last start, I mean, I say to a lot of the youngsters, the 25 is a great dart there because you're coming back with 59. 2 darts at a double. You've got 64. You may only get 1 dart at a double.
42.
As it is.
Darren requires 64.
Okay, he might get away with it in terms of the fact that Worsley's way adrift on 2-3-2, but Webster looking at
Game
socks.
shot in the 5th leg. Darren Webster,
And he consolidates his
6
break
leg
this time.
Jones through first.
And Worsley's got a bit of a mountain to climb here.
Well, apart from leg 2, where he had 2 darts at a double and missed it and let Worsley in,
57.
Darren Webster's been really good at closing legs out.
And there we see that point.
Yeah, 50.
Usefully illustrated.
Yeah, I mean 50%, but sometimes you look at the visit. Although you might use all 3 darts, that visit is 100%. And apart from the one visit where he missed the 2 darts,
58.
8 and then 4s, he's 100% on the other visits. First 9 dart average, it isn't too bad. He would just want a bit more
140.
overall average, but we're talking first round here, early afternoon on a Friday.
Yeah.
These first rounds, all you want to do, you don't care how you win, you just want to get over the line.
A couple of 15 dart legs for Webster in there as well.
I'll tell you that's a tidy set of figures. He'll be happy with that.
57.
Worsley had the 18 dart break as well, so tidy figures, but room for improvement.
90.
Have to improve tomorrow if he gets through. He's up against Peter Wright, the winner of this, the number 2 seed, lying in wait for either Webster or Worsley. As things stand, it's Webster looking good to take on the snake bite tomorrow.
28.
That'll be an interesting battle. Norfolk boys against each other.
Yeah. East Anglian derby. Very, very eye-catching match coming up as well, by the way. Third match of the day, the World Youth Champion Max Hopp on stage against Joe Mernon, who had a terrific weekend in Gibraltar last week.
Yeah, both Joe and Max are 2 players that have really progressed in this game over the last 3 years.
A couple of eye-catching matches tonight as well. Josh Payne, you mentioned, takes on Jamie Caden.
That would be a cracker.
The Leicester feel-good factor. He'll need all of that. And Kevin Painter against Darryl Gurney too. That's promises to be a belter. So
55.
Yeah, probably
Probably
the game of the day, that one. Well, Worsley a chance here to get his second leg on the board. Oh, that's on the wide. Just hit that flight or funnel down.
34.
He aimed for the
Darren requires
open
76.
target. Webster's been really good at closing legs out. And that's a good guide. Hit the barrel, it's in.
60.
Well, it's a chance for Worsley to get back in here and get a second leg on the board. Double 10 he wants, can't afford to pass this one up. Double 5 can. I think he's bust that, yep. So
no score. Darren requires 16.
Webster just the one dart lead at this time.
Darren
He's now one leg away from a place in the last 16.
Game on.
Well, Darren Webster's...
Sorry, the last 32.
Yeah, Darren Webster's let one leg go and he's nicked the leg, so he's even on the gives and takes, as we say.
100.
He's just trying to G himself up here. He's down the ones again.
81.
A good recovery to some extent.
Yeah, sometimes you can try too hard, it just tightens the arm up. Grip on the dart is too hard. It's strange because, you know, you can be in a practice room and you can be hitting everything. You get on that stage, it's totally alien to the practice room. As we first 180 of the match for Darren Worsley, John Worsley, sorry.
Well,
Darren Webster.
It might be too little too late, but you never know, it could be the platform for an astonishing fight back. If he can back it up, just give himself a little bit of momentum, find the break, then find the hold, and all of a sudden 5-1 becomes 5-3. Again, easier said than done, but he's making inroads here.
Well, we have seen people come back from 5-1 down lots of times.
Countless times, yeah. It's not unheard of by any stretch of the imagination. Webster putting some big pressure on there. Worsley, again, has it all to do.
54. Darren requires
3 darts in his hand to close this leg out and close the match. Double top, and has been hitting this really well.
Beautifully done. 2-dart finish for Darren Webster, and it wraps up a 6-1 success against Jonathan Worsley. The learning curve continues for the 31-year-old from Chepstow, but he can take plenty from this experience, and I'm sure we will see a bit more of him again in the future. But for Darren Webster, well, we'll see him tomorrow in the last 32 against Peter White, the number 2 seed. A good 6-1 win for the Demolition Man, a real demolition job of his fellow qualifier. We'll hear from him very shortly on stage, and a reminder once again, up next we have Joe Mernon against the World Youth Champion and the first German in action this weekend, one of the host nation qualifiers, Max Hopp.
Also, natürlich wollen wir den Sieger hören. Darren Webster, congrats. That was very fast and very clear. Did you expect this?
Well, that's John's first time out there, so he play a lot better than that normally. They'll get experience and come back even better. He's a lot better than that. I mean, but I was a bit nervous really playing someone like that, you know, because you don't know what to expect. He could have come up here and done 110 average, but you know, it's a good friend of mine, and you don't like doing that like that to people. But I'm happy to get through now. Take the right tomorrow night, and I owe him one.
Okay, also ich versuche das mal ein bisschen kürzer zusammenfassen. Also zunächst mal sagt er, sein Gegner war das erste Mal hier, der war wahrscheinlich ziemlich nervös. Für ihn lief es natürlich richtig gut, toller Average, immer klasse in so ein Turnier reinzustarten. Und der nächste Gegner jetzt, Peter the Snakebite Wright. What experience do you have with him?
I played Peter a few times, he's beat me the last couple, but I've been in front every time and he keeps nicking it off me, so I owe him one. So, you know, I'll be up for that tomorrow.
Okay, also er freut sich natürlich auf das Match gegen Peter Wright und die beiden haben schon öfter die Klingeln gekreuzt. Wünschen wir ihm viel Glück. Und jetzt gleich aus deutscher Sicht eins der Highlights. Heute der Maximizer kommt, Max Hopp. Das Ganze gleich.